Hello everyone, it is Joe here from OmniPoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. Today we're looking at ZoroRoc, and it's gained only a couple cards, once again, from the Team Up expansion, but the deck is adapting a lot to the new threats that come out from the set. As you can see, there's a few different cards, like Alolan Grimer finally coming into the deck. This is for the amount of Jirachi that we're expecting from Team Up. Trying to get that Muck into play is going to be really important. Ditto can still go into Muck, but oftentimes Zapdos decks are so efficient at taking out that Ditto that we need to have the backup clause of the Grimer that we can fall back on to try and get him into play. And Pokemon Communication is just an absolute dream card. It was a 4-of in my Lost March. It's a 4-of in this deck as well. I think it's just absolutely nuts for a deck like this. And it opens the doors for us to play a Lillie engine, which is really interesting. Usually, you know, in Standard, we've seen Elm really take the mantle as the best Turn 1 supporter for a Zoroark deck. Now with Pokecom, we hope that we can have more hand reduction by minusing, you know, stage 1s from our hand and turning them into basics. We also hope that we can increase our Turn 1 Lele odds for Lillie. And we're also just hoping that we can get more basics into play, turn this into stage 1s on turn 2 as well. And opening the door for Lillie means that we can get more attachments down early and have more combo pieces ready for turn 2. Hopefully we are already prepared with lots of Zoroarks. So the whole idea of the Lillie is to keep up with this new pace that is being set from the format, from the likes of Zapdos. Having answers for Pikarom as early as possible is really huge. Developing Rockruff, trying to get attachments turn 1. These are all big things we need to do in the Team Up format because these new decks are big contenders and we have to be prepared for them. So let's jump into our latest ZoroRoc build. First of all, 4-4 line of Zoro. We want to get as many of these out as possible to get trading, drawing us into all of our goodies. Rightus Beating does 20 for each of your Pokemon in play, capping at 120, of course, with the full board. We have Devoured Field, Kukui, and Choice Band, so this can ramp sometimes into 180. Oftentimes, we're going to try and pick off Lele's as well, in combination with Kukui and Lycanroc plays. And this is just, in general, a good attack to keep in mind. Trickster GX is an option that we have. We're not playing multi-switch in this build, so it's very rare that you'll be able to Trickster, but bear it in mind, because in random spots, this could be very helpful to you. From there, we have 3 Rockruff and 2 Lycanroc, with that Bloodthirsty Eyes ability, being able to pick off, target down some stuff so that we can then pick them off whenever we need to, which is going to be really nice for us. Claw Slash for fighting DC does 110, so Choice Band, and we're knocking out new shiny tag teams like Eevee Snorlax and Pikarom, which is good to know. And we have Dangerous Rogue GX, which does 50 times the number of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Again, we can knock out some big threats here. Lycanroc's typing, if anything, gets better from the set. As I just mentioned, Eevee Snorlax and Pikarom are the 2 most exciting and powerful tag teams, I imagine, from this set. And Lycanroc being able to hit both of them for weakness is a huge buff. So definitely important to be playing Lycanroc in your Zoro builds at the moment, in my opinion. Let alone being very good for Mirror. Quick note on playing 3 Rockruff. It's because we just have this Lillie Ball engine. I want to have more access to these Rockruffs. And having a total count of 20 Pokemon, just having a high count of Pokemon just feeds into the Pokecom being even better. So I like having the extra Rockruff in the deck. From there, we're going to play a 1-1 line of our Weavile. Weavile with that Evil Admonition attack doing 50 for each of your opponent's Pokemon that has an ability in play. That's going to be awesome. Great again in Zoroark mirror matches. This can be very potent. Also very nice for Malamar builds and trying to take big one-hit knockouts there. Even some Jirachi-based builds, you can ramp into knockouts and try and skew the prize trade as well by being a non-GX. So the Weavile is a nice 1-1 line that we have in here that we try and get out in certain situations. From there, we have the 1-1 Muck. I've just mentioned Alolan Grimer. I think I like the Slippery Sludge Grimer the best, just for confusion plays. Essentially, you're only ever attacking with Grimer if you're in a really bad spot anyway. So just trying to use confusion to not be dead for an extra turn, I think is the best thing we can do. Also, it's a Dark type, so it does have Nanu synergy. Obviously, we're not playing Nanu in this build, but it can make people think that you do. So let's play 1 Alolan Grimer. Quick note, if you wanted to play 1 treasure in the deck, you could play a Psychic Grimer and have odds for Muck and Lele. Then we have the Alolan Muk. Power of Alchemy gets even stronger from this expansion. We're seeing Jirachi being played in some Malamar builds, Zapdos Jirachi. We're even shutting off Zeraora from Pika Rom. If you can shut down Tapu Koko Prism Star from that deck as well, it's going to be absolutely brutal for them. So getting Muk down turn 2 becomes somewhat of a priority, making this the closest thing we have to a lock deck really outside of Mill and Zoro Control. This Muk is actually like trying to lock down a lot of abilities in the format right now. It can also protect you from the likes of Marshala GX in some other builds trying to copy tag teams, so do bear that in mind as well. Muk just such an important card right now. And then we have the All-Star. Ditto is awesome. It can turn into 4 different stage 1s in this build. That's pretty nuts. And then we're just going to have 2 Lele's for wonder tagging when we need to, and Energy Drive, always an option for us as well. With DCE, I think our odds are good enough with just playing 2 copies of Lele, especially with these 4 comms, and now that we are Muk-based, we don't want to be too reliant on a physical Lele count. Onto the item cards, we're playing 1 Pal Pad to reuse, all of the 6 different supporters that we're playing. 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher to recover some Pokemons, as we have thin lines. Recovering the most important ones is going to be important. Then 4 of Nest Ball, Pokecom, and Ultra Ball to try and get our dudes into play. 2 copies of Devoured Field. It's really important to have counter stadiums in the team-up meta, because there's going to be more use of Prism Star Stadium cards, like Thunder Mountain, like Wonder Lab, Black Market Prism Star. Those all have potential to see a lot of play, and it's also a nice damage buff so that Zoroark can hit 180, so this is the one for us. Onto the supporters, 1 copy of Judge for some hand disruption. I think this is plenty alongside our Pal Pad. I'm always sketchy about playing Judge on myself as a Zoroark deck, but you can do it mid to late game to try and disrupt people's hands and get them out of wins. Then we have 2 of Acerola to undo damage that we get hit by. 2 Guzma for additional gusts alongside the Lycanroc. 2 Professor Kukui for that damage ramp with the Zoroark, which I like a lot. It also means that we can knock out Zapdos with Claw Slash. We can get over the resistance by just Kukuiing, which is nice, and keep our Zoroarks out of the line of fire, which is cool. 2 copies of Cynthia for some shuffle draw, and the big Lillie 4 count to try and get that as often as we can turn 1 to try and fill our board, looking for Nest Balls, looking for Pokecoms, looking for Ultra Balls in the opening turns, just to get our Pokemon into play in general. But the benefit of Lillie compared to something like Elm is that we can try and dig for energy attachments turn 1, which is also kind of a big deal. Then we're going to play 2 copies of Choice Band, again, just damage buffing, etc. 1 copy of Counter Gain, I think, is a big inclusion for this deck. I'm choosing this over the multi-switch in the deck because I think we become slower than Zapdos Jirachi for certain, and also Pikarom is very efficient at using their Zapdos and their Raikou to take early prizes. If they are doing that, we can punish it heavily by going straight into a Lycanroc, even if it has no energy attached to it. We could then attach a Fighting and that Counter Gain to get a dangerous rogue out of nowhere. And if they're, especially if they're using the Raikou, if they're Raikouing and trying to power up Pikarom, you can punish that so heavily. Even if it's something like Zeraora that they're powering up, we can try and punish it and regain that tempo. So I think Counter Gain is very good for the Pikarom matchup. I think it's also a good card for Mirror, and I think it's important to play. And then we're just going to play the 8 energy for DCE. 4 units to work with Trickster and Evil Admonition, and then of course Claw Slash and all that good stuff. So yep, that is going to be the 60. If you want to see an Elm list, I've tried both. I'm personally still a man who loves Elm, but I've got both lists ready just in case you wanted to see this. I'm trying to make up for the lack of turn 1 draw by playing a 5th energy card. This is also synergistic with Forest. And you do gain more spaces with an Elm build because the Lilies and the Nest Balls take up 8 slots. The Elms and the extra 2 Cynthias only take up 6, so you gain 2 spaces. Actually, you only gain 1 space because I've gone up an extra energy. But that 1 space could be any card. In my case, it's a Choice Band. But yeah, that's the option for both. We're going to test the Lillie deck today because the Japanese results had Lillie as the winning deck lists in the Champions League in Niigata. So there's definitely a reason why a lot of the Japanese players moved over to a Lillie build. And in my opinion, it's so they can keep up with the pace of these new Zapdos and other lightning-based decks. So we're going to try our best here to see the Lillie engine in action. It's going to do pretty well this hand because we have an Ultra Ball that we can play. We can play down a lot of the cards in our hand, to be honest, which is awesome. Obviously, we have the backup of Cynthia if we can't... Ooh, it's going to be a Garchomp deck. Garchomp gains Pokecom, I guess, in this set. So it gets, in theory, more consistent. Let's think about numbers. Garchomp doesn't have 130. Lucario doesn't have 130. This gives him the damage to knock out our Zoroarks with just a Cynthia, so we're definitely not putting that into play. We're going to do this. I think because we have counter gain, I'm kind of thinking about getting a Rockruff down. Maybe I just get the Ditto and counter gain that. Seems like a good option. Let's see what's prized. We have all of our energy because we've just attached one. We have our Kukuis, which might be big. We have our other Devoured Fields. We've prized a Guzma. Prized one Lycanroc. And one Zorua. Okay. Nothing I can't handle. One of our Cynthias is prized as well. Okay. A couple cards that I'm not playing. Not playing Nanu. Because I think he's too situational overall. I mean, I like Nanu and I don't like Nanu. He's really good on the turn that you're allowed to use him, but I feel like it's so rare that you have a turn where you're not needing to Acerola or Guzma or Kukui or something like that, that it just feels rare to me that people that you're gonna have the chance to Nano in the first place. But that's just me. I should have mentioned Nano earlier though. But yeah, I've chosen not to play him. I actually have the card. I've just chosen not to. It's not like yesterday where I only had 4 Pokecom accessible. I actually chosen not to play Nano, but he can be okay for turning Lele's into Zoruas, which is never a bad thing. So they're just going to attach and delete for 3. They actually have E-Hammer, which keeps them alive here, if they have no other basics. They have a basic, okay. Getting rid of Candy Pal Pad, interesting. Their hand must be pretty valuable. I'm going to grab Riolu. And they're just going to Ascension, wow. Really banking on us whiffing an attachment there. Well, we're going to grab Zara. And I'm just going to Ultra Ball and then Cynthia. Grab another Zoro. Another card that we could be playing is Mallow. Mallow would have been good in this spot, for sure. I've had Mallow in plenty of Zoroark lists, and there's DC feeling good about this. Let's get rid of this guy. I think I actually should just play this. This should be pretty fine at this point. Yep. Yeah, Mallow is a card that I've had in different iterations. I think if I wanted to squeeze in Mallow, I would cut down to 1 Cynthia. The only fear of playing 1 Cynthia is those moments where Lily's really bad and you Lele and then Cynthia's not there and you feel very sad. But Mallow is very good on certain turns with this deck to dig out things like the counter gain and the DCEs and stuff like that on turn 2. So, hello, friend. Oh, by the way, take no notice of me having a I've only just seen myself in the top right corner. Yeah, it's cold in the UK today. It's been snowing, and I am very cold, so I'm wearing a blanket over myself. Oh, it looks like we have a mirror, and he's playing Nanu. Okay. Going first in a mirror. is nice. We have 70 hit point Pokemon, so even if they start Lele, we can attach to our Rockruff pretty freely. Priorities in this matchup: get more Zoruas on the board than them. Well, our turn 2 is already looking very good, even though we're not getting much Lillie value here. We're getting a good amount of Lillie value, to be fair. But already 2 Zoruas on the board. Double. Oh, Mum, get the camera. What a hand. What a busted start. That's the dream. That is actually just the dream right there. Look at this. Disgusting. We don't want to be hammered, that's for sure. But man, what a start. What a start. They're going to Zorua an Ultra Ball. They're playing Pokémon, so they're in the know. They're going to Wonder Tag. Let's see if they're playing Elm or Lillie. If they play Lillie, let's hope they can't hit as many Nest Balls as we did. Turn 1. Yep, they're playing Lillie. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's following the Japanese 60, it looks like. No shame in that. So they can Ultra Ball. They are playing Mallow in their build. Mallow's a nice card. They're just going to grab Ditto. Get that attachment in. Oh, let loose out of a busted hand. Well, we still get Lycanroc Cynthia, so that's pretty chill. He gets another Nest Ball. Well, I'm still going to try and punish this attachment, that's for sure, but... I don't want to GX a Ditto. I really don't want to GX a Ditto. I think we're just going to Cynthia. Should have GX'd a Ditto, huh? Monka S. Quickly. Turn into a Zoroark that gets me a DCE. Plus. We play 3 Rockruffs. I feel pretty fine about getting rid of 1. Please, Zoro. Do the stuff. Get me there. Bro. Be a bro. Yes! Whew! Sweating it out. That's a good turn 2 board state for us, though. Obviously, he can Weavile punish, but I feel like we can always Weavile punish his Weavile, because he's already got 2 down. He would have to, like, not get a Zoroark out, and also Nanu to stop us. I think we had to get rid of the Unit Energy anyway there. Too risky not to. He Ultra away DC Guzma. Just to have to Lele. That's good for us. So he's pretty much all in on this Sneasel. And we already have Ditto and Sneasel. So if we are able to respond on his Weavile, even if he gets it, I feel super ahead. He'll be ahead in a prize trade, but... Oh, they still play the 1 Elm. We just said, nah, we want a Lillie every time. We set the stall out. Oh, they whiffed. That's really bad for them. Well, we're just going to draw a million cards. This Lycanroc's going to go uncontested, so I can just get the 4th Zoro here. I think I'm trading Judge. I'm just building the hand at this point. We're just going to be so far ahead. There was a small debate to not trading the Ultra Ball and actually trading the second Rockruff away because we were holding Stretcher, but I didn't mind. Like, we're accumulating such a large hand now. They're getting less cards than us. They're going to get a Rockruff down. They are packing their Nanu, though, so they can get a surprise Weavile out of nowhere, remember. We're not out of the woods yet. The Nanu makes it all possible. That's not a Nanu, though. That's just a Kukui. Counter gain unit energy? Wow. I was always doing that evolution, because I can just Guzma this, and then they're both massive threats that he can't deal with. 4 Zoroarks is good, huh? It's a lot of cards. Yep. We were able to fill our board of threats, and he wasn't. Basically, our Lillie was better than his. That was the difference. And we got to go first. I mean, that's also very big in Mirror. But our Lillie was sick. 3 Nest Balls turn 1 is just the dream. That's an Elm plus cards, right? That is what you cross your fingers for every time. But of course, Pokecom helps things happen. Pink sleeves. Maybe this is a Gramble, and we've got to get Muck. Maybe it's a Guardy. It's a Guardy. Okay. Again, MVPs are Lycanroc and Sneasel. Or Weavile. We have Nest Balls early, and a big Lillie with a backup Zoroark. Oh, he's playing the new stuff, we know. He's got the energies to prove it. Okay, turn 1 Elm sounds good. Maybe he's playing Nidoqueen. Maybe it's Nidoqueen Meganium. We'll see. We'll see how spicy his new team-up list is. How spicy we talking? Scooter, Vegeta. Just the usual stuff, I guess. Uh-huh. Well, let's common that Lycanroc and turn it into another Zorua. That sounds good. Let's count some stuff. We have our Weavile. We have only 1 Lycanroc. 1 Lele is prized as well. 1 Com prized. 1 Lillie prized. One Rockruff is prized. One Zorua is prized. Okay. Attachment to Zorua. How do we feel about it? Draw more cards. He's a stage 2 deck. It's hard for him to Guzma turn 2. Well, we did it again. Whoops. I like the sound of Sneasel. And I like the sound of calming out another Zorua. Ugh, do I? Double Zoroark is just too good to say no to, right? Just for a Zorua. Yeah, we'll just pass. This keeps the option to Weavile as well if he goes Omega nuts with his board. If he goes Ninetales, Candy, Shenans. Try and answer. That's not his hand at all. He's beaconing. So if we could find Devoured Field, we could evolve, try and calm for a Weavile. Let's start by trading. I think we're trading away the Lillie every time to begin with. Have the option just to calm Lele and Guzma Rolts. I don't hate it. Is it better than Judge? Probably. Yeah, probably is. Means I can... The alternative is I trade one more time, calm for another Zoro, and then Ultra Ball. Sorry, turn the Ditto into a Zoroark and DC the active. And then I can also Judge. No. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. We want to calm Guzma for sure. Keep the Ditto for next turn to turn it into a Lycanroc if he's going to put down 1 Rolts again. I can attach to the Ditto fairly freely, I think. His turn does not sound like it's good if he's just Lele Guzma killing. Unless it's followed up by lots of Rolts coming down. So him spending a turn beaconing basically meant that we essentially like went first, if you think about it that way. And we're very good at getting turn 2 Gust knockout. So Swampy Boy #1 hits the field. They're going to power draw. There's Rolts #1. What else can he come up with here? I'm feeling pretty confident if he only gets 1 Rolts down. You can Pokecom. Nice. Wow, coming in a Ninetales just to get a Rolts. I'll just get Swamp. Okay. Wow. I guess. Swamp puts a lot of cards, right? This board is scary, but if we can limit him to only ever 1 Guardy, I don't think we're that worried. Drawing a lot of cards is scary, but even attached to the bench, that's optimistic. That's so optimistic. Give this man an optimism test. I don't know what I'm talking about. he's got big old Snorri boy in there. Let's take up that Ralts. Gimme him. That's ready for the Eevee Snorlax. We're going to judge anyway. Judge away his beacon sounds smart to me. We don't need Grimer. We don't need Despal. Don't see a reason why we shouldn't play this. I'm not under threat from any real attack from him. It protects our Sneasel from just being Ninetales knocked out with a counter gain. Attaching to the Ralts was way too optimistic from him there. Just means that he can't attack us again this turn unless he has counter gain shenanigans. But they normally don't play counter gain because they have Secret Spring as their like extra attachments. He is going to start power trading like a madman. Let's see if he can this time achieve Ralts plus Ralts. He's going to Ultra Ball. Ninetales hits the bin this time. There's Eevee Snorlax, my goodness. Oh, that is so brave. That can't be correct. Wow, that's nuts. It's completely nuts. This man just gave up 3 prize cards. Donated 3 prize cards. Let's trade some shenanigans first. Make him think like we had to draw into it. Whoops. Three prizes, please. Thank you kindly. Yep, I thought so. Yep, so far we've faced 2 old decks that have been updated and haven't faced any lightning stuff. I'm not surprised, it's only day 1. This will be an Ultra Squid. Maybe, I hope they've been able to get Viridian Forest and Jirachi's to show an updated Ultra Squids, because I think Ultra's very strong. I'm going to try and profile that pretty sharpish. So we have a double com hand. We're going second. Interesting hand. Again, this is a matchup where Muk isn't the best, but if he's playing Jirachi, maybe we need to. What a beautiful card this is. So strong. It's so strong. It's just nuts. Let's see what our opponent's up to. He's playing Ultra, no doubt about it. So trying to spam our Weavile is going to be big. Trying to use our Lycanroc turn as well. They're going to Ultra Ball, the usual suspects. Getting rid of a Choice Band is actually pretty good for us. He's grabbing the bell. Not the bell. Yep, the bell. Oh, he's not playing Viridian. Oh, I should have known that with the unit. Maybe he's just playing good old-fashioned Squidums. Oh, they do play new cards. They play Judge's Whistle. Okay. Sure. That's a nice discard. So they are playing some new shenanigans. Oh, no. Why you do this? Acrobike. I mean, our hand wasn't the best, but it was definitely workable. It was a basic and a Lillie for 8. So... now it's a little more Monka-S. Oh, now it's a lot less Monka-S. Fantastic. How do you like the sound of attaching to the active? It's very punished by the switch cards that he definitely plays. He already has 3 in the discard, so even just Malamar, manual attachment, dead. Is there any good attack that we can copy from him? Sky Scorching can't get us sneaky wins unless he has like random Inkays floating around for us. I'm just thinking if the attachment of unit is ever right on the Zorua. I think I still attach to the Zorua though. Just a thin. Nice, nice. Let's get our dudes. Let's scout the deck. So we've prized 1 Zorua. We've prized 1 Lele. One Acerola. Not Guzma. 1 Lillie. Okay, we can live with this. We can live with this. Is counter gain? Yeah, counter gain is prized. That's a little worrying. Seeing as though we're going to go behind and we already have a unit, it would have been so nice. Let's grab Ditto. Let's drop him as well. I think I'm also dropping the Rockruff, you know. No. No. We want to guarantee Zoroark just in case. Like, if his turn is slow, we could Zoroark and do like Guzma plays. Well, he got the Malamar. Let's see if he's got any Psychic Energy in his hand just to retreat and give us the old smackaroo. Oh, he's just going for the bell. Yeah, that's fair. Now we can Pokecon for other stuff. Giving us the old bell. Ding dong. Okay. Five, 10, 15. 15 is a good number to just hit under Bell of Silence. He can't ignore the Weavile. He has to kill it. So we break Bell of Silence this way and get 150 damage on the board. Nice. He had the option to take the first prize on a Rockruff. Instead, he just did 10, and then we got a free 150 hit on him. That's nice for us. He also didn't support our last turn. Whoa, that's actually crazy that he went back into Bell. That's actually so wild. So now he's let us take like a prize and a half, basically. That's actually nuts. Oh, we prized a Sneasel. Yeah, that's one of our prizes. Would have actually been so good to get a Sneasel here. Wow, that's... Jeez. That's some good Weavile action. That's for sure. I feel pretty ahead. I mean, there's still swings he can do, but this feels good. He's already played Let Loose and Lele. Is he just going to grab a Mally? I don't know what other options he has. It's normally a 1-1 of each of these. That Bell of Silence, such a nice answer. Yeah, he's just going to grab another Ultra. He still has some Psychics in the bin. Finally deals with our Weavile. Do we force him to have Choice Band here? Could even just knock out a Mally, you know, just for the longevity of the game. Forces him then to have Attachment Choice Band. I think it's reasonable. Let's have a think about this. So I'm always doing this. Take 2 prizes. There's potential for B strings. And he can retreat. He'll guaranteed get 8/16. So then he has manual attachment or band gets him kill. If I just Lycanroc kill this, he needs to get Malamar attachment or Malamar band. This already has band, so that's the same. I think I want the Mally, just because he's drawing dead. This gets us on even prizes, so we can just pick off this and this even, and maybe just ignore this guy. Because he's too chunky. Too chunky. Let's get a new hand. Maybe try and dig out that third Zoro. We did it. Don't think we can get rid of any card here. Let's take the prize. Hope to hit Sneasel off prizes. That would be nice. Lily's good too. Both of these boys has free retreat, so he should probably bring up one of these two. He's just trying to figure out what's more likely to get a knockout, I think. Choice Band here, so he just needs Mally attach. This one's already got an energy, so he could get Mally attach as well. It's just whether or not he wants to put Fragile Boy up front or not. Depends on his hand, really. How dead their hand is. It's been dead for a couple turns. Poor pre-team up Mally, still dead drawing. Post-team up Mally, don't do that. That's Jirachi. Whee! Free hand. Busted. Okay. He's promoted the Ultra Boyo. Let's see what they can grab. Maybe they've just quit. I don't know. They're just not making an action. Yeah, they're just going to throw some guys out. Their hand is completely trash. Okay, let's start digging towards Guzma. Pokécom is live because of Stretcher, but we have the Ultra Ball anyway. Wait, was one of our Lele's prized? It was, right? I think I still want a Rockruff down. So in this unfortunate circumstance, gonna Kikui for a couple cards. I could retreat in DCE. I think it's probably our best move, just because again, brick, etc. Or I could attach a unit and protect a DCE. Yeah, I don't mind it. We already have a unit to spare. No attack, I want to copy. Now a Sky Scorching could be a hilarious way that we end the game. He's just going to retreat and Photon Geyser. He's, yeah, really just not drawing good. Okay. We're going to put ourselves in a better position with more trades. More trades. Should have kept the Ultra Ball. More trades. Definitely should have kept the Ultra Ball just because of Lycanroc. We drew Guzma anyway though. So I can attach here this turn. Just swing. Maybe I could play around second Let Loose, but it's so rare. And he would have used Let Loose when he treasured out the second Ultra Mally for sure. Because his hand is so dead. So I don't think we need to play around Let Loose. He might be playing Judge though because of Judge's Whistle. Maybe he's just playing Judge's Whistle to draw. I don't know. Okay, he is grabbing Malamar. Switch. Yep. Yep, we got him. Good old Ultra Squid Brick. Basically every deck has just fallen to the pressure that we've put on them. We've just established the board faster than them and used Lycanroc to deny their board. So that was 3 wins for ZoroRoc. The Lillie engine was looking pretty good there. Pokémon makes it a lot more safe. In none of the games did we need the Muk, which meant that we could get as many Zoroarks out as possible, which meant we were drawing lots of cards, which I'm always happy with. But in many of these other new team-up matchups, like Zapdos and like Pikarom, you need to try and prioritize the Muk. Maybe not Pikarom so much. You need to prioritize Lycanroc in that matchup. But definitely against Zapdos-based decks, and any decks that are sort of maining Jirachi, you want to use Power of Alchemy as much as possible. It's very important to get this guy down. Actually, to be fair, against Pikarom, if you can deny a Cocoa Prism, it's huge. So this guy is a big player in the new set, because Team Up comes out with some great basics that we want to just deny. So let me know what you guys think about my list. Let me know what you think about the games and all that stuff. Where does ZoroRoc sit in this new Team Up expansion? Can it keep up? Is Muk the Lord and Savior of this format? So let me know the debate between Lillie and Elm. I was playing the Lillie list today and it did pretty good. Elm list is there as well if you want to just start having a look at it. And yeah, I'd love to hear all your discussion down below. Stay tuned for tomorrow, where I'll be opening all my boosters and playing some hopefully new stuff. So I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, cheers.